If you own a house, you likely have insurance in case something ever goes wrong. Well, imagine thinking that you're covered and then discovering you're not when you really need it.
Tonight, consumer investigator Jennifer Krause talks with a homeowner who made this unsettling discovery and tells us why both the homeowner and now state regulators say the insurance agent is to blame.
This floor, and it's all bubbled up.
You really want to be careful.
You hope that the floor isn't going to give way when you're walking on it.
Walking through Susan Calvin's Shelbyville home.
I mean, this here is just squishy.
You can see the floorboards actually moving.
Yeah.
In January of last year, a frozen pipe burst, covering, she says, the entire bottom floor in water, causing extensive damage throughout the house.
A total mess. You can't imagine.
But a year and a half later, that damage still has not been fixed. Soon after it happened, Calvin discovered the homeowner's insurance policy she'd paid for didn't exist, that her agent had cashed the check but never obtained the policy.
We were deceived. We were taken advantage of. You know, that we paid for a service and it was bogus.
Calvin bought the policy from Universal International Insurance in Murfreesboro, a longtime family-run insurance agency owned by Bill Ketron, who served in the state Senate for 15 years until last fall when he was elected mayor of Rutherford County.
Who was your agent?
Kelsey Ketron.
Calvin dealt with his daughter, 28-year-old Kelsey Ketron, who, according to her LinkedIn account, is Universal's vice president. Like her father, she too is active in Republican politics. She grew up working in his state Senate campaigns and now is herself an elected member of the Tennessee Republican Party's State Executive Committee. And back in May, when she got married, Senator Marsha Blackburn tweeted this picture of Ketron posing with the senator and other top current and former GOP officials.
I'm looking for Kelsey Ketron.
She's on in.
She was not at the insurance agency when we went looking for her, but employees tell us she is normally there and still running the place, even though the state of Tennessee issued a cease and desist order against her back in May, banning her from all insurance-related activities. Insurance regulators say they were forced to take this emergency action after investigating Ketron's actions in Susan Calvin's case.
Did she ever tell you at this point that she was no longer a licensed
Never.
insurance provider?
No, ma'am. Never.
State investigators say Ketron falsely held herself out to be a licensed insurance agent and falsely negotiated insurance without a license. They say she intentionally misappropriated Calvin's insurance premium by taking the money but never actually setting up the policy. Investigators also accuse Ketron of fraudulent practices for personal financial gain, and they say Ketron lied to Calvin by telling her she had an insurance policy. Murfreesboro police confirmed they have an ongoing investigation now into the matter. They said in a statement that the case is actively being investigated by multiple agencies and criminal charges will follow.
We've been trying to reach her. We've been leaving her messages.
We went looking for Ketron at her office after she ignored our repeated calls and messages.
What has she said to you?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
She's not apologized?
No. No.
Calvin filed her complaint with the state insurance division shortly after she discovered she had no insurance. And on the very same day state investigators contacted Ketron about the case, she sent this check to Calvin's mortgage company for the exact amount of Calvin's insurance premium. Calvin thinks that was not a coincidence.
What was she trying to do?
I believe that she was trying to cover her actions. Absolutely.
Calvin is now suing Universal International Insurance, claiming breach of contract and intentional deceitful conduct. That broken pipe caused an estimated $127,000 in damage.
It feels just like wavy.
Calvin just wants her house fixed, and she'd really like an apology.
I'm waiting for them to come forward and own up to, what they've done.
We reached out to Universal's owner and president, Kelsey's father, Bill Ketron, and he vigorously defended his daughter but declined to talk on camera. Meanwhile, multiple sources tell us Susan Calvin is not the only customer who's had problems like this, that there is at least one other open investigation right now. Jennifer Krause, News Channel 5 investigates.
Thank you, Jennifer. Kelsey Ketron has a hearing on Wednesday where the state plans to revoke her insurance license. Of course, we will let you know what happens.